Episode 20. Boys, we've come a long way. Episode 20. How do y'all feel about that?
Good.
20 episodes in, plus the 25-ish with the coaches.
And we still forget the principal.
Still going. Yeah, we're still missing out on it. All right. Welcome to episode 20. I'm your host here on the sideline, Jeff Holden. Today we got Big O.
That's all I'm going to say.
And Coach Evan Hearn. Today we're a three-man crew. We got a lot to talk about. We had a great weekend of football. Texas beat OU. The Cowboys played today, Sunday, the Lord's Day when we're recording this. Some big wins in the high school football realm, and we'll get to those, I'm sure. First, let's touch on our volleyball. We had a couple great matchups this week. We had Windthorst go, I'm not sure if it was in Nocona or at Windthorst, but Windthorst beat Nocona, which was big for them and for the district standings. Nocona's trending in the right way. They got Megan Meekins back. We had Nocona a little bit higher than Windthorst in the rankings, but that will probably change because of that game. The next game that volleyball really stood out for us this last week was Memorial at Legacy. So this was the very first Battle of the Falls between for volleyball. Memorial at Legacy. Man, I was at the game, guys. It was an electric crowd. It was packed. It was so much fun to be in the area. Both student sections were huge. Chants, big heads flying around. We had some parents dress up. It was a real cool environment to be a part of. And I know that's the beginning of that rivalry for the girls and the volleyball teams. So that's going to be something to always probably enjoy. Like I said, this one was at the Hilltop at Legacy. The next one will be obviously a Memorial. But, Memorial went in, handled business as we thought they would, and took down Legacy in 3 straight.
Can I say?
Go ahead.
One thing I want to say about that is, especially with the new schools, with Memorial and Legacy, I think coming into the situation, nobody really thought that the rivalry and the things like that could get going again. I think having 2 schools, I think it intensifies it because now you don't have the situation where one school's been left out and things like that. So I think it's intensifying, and not only intensifying, I really have seen the kids buy in. I would say right now of the volleyball games and stuff that I've seen, I haven't seen both student sections showing up like they did from some of the videos I saw from the Legacy and Memorial game. So shout out to those kids for coming out and supporting those ladies at the volleyball game, because the girls they're playing hard, not just at those schools. So the girls deserve that, to come out, people going crazy just like they would do at a football game.
Yeah, and one thing I do want to say about both schools, man, both Legacy and Memorial have done such a great job of like their branding. Whoever, I'm sure that's all a professional that does all that, but all the different like the logos, the T-shirts, the sayings, you got like Kel Yeah and like Mavs on top and like the leopards, the bullpen, or the bullpen. They did such a great job with that, and I think that's really cool, especially the different T-shirts. I went to the game and they have Legacy people wearing all these different design T-shirts. All the kids seem like, I don't know if they got like free T-shirts coming to the school or what, but so many new T-shirts, just logos, and just, I don't know, man. I'm really impressed with how they've done that. And that's huge, because that's something that's going to obviously be with them for so long.
And I think Legacy, I think their student section is called the Legacy Howlers.
I think that's correct.
Yeah, and then you have the Memorial Bullpen. I think that's pretty cool. But I will say this, I would like one of the shirts, please.
All of us want.
Those shirts look good. I'm gonna be honest with you. The gear's been looking good.
Well, the Memorial won the game, and before they went and like slapped hands, they all ran to the bench and put a shirt on it, and it was a Memorial Maverick shirt that said the Standard.
The Standard.
And that one is the one I want. I want to get the or something that says like Mavs on top or something. Yeah. Like I told my wife the other day, I was like, man, I'm like low key a closet Mavs fan, but just because they're the Mavs and because, you know, I mean, I like all the schools. I like both the schools, you know, for different reasons, but I just like the Mavericks. So, but we'll go right into the next game, Holiday. Holiday, you know, Henrietta and Holiday, the two big teams, volleyball teams in that district. We picked originally, if y'all remember, a few weeks ago when we first started talking, that we thought that would be a split between those two teams, given the home team each game. But Holiday went into Henrietta this Friday, and actually they lost the first match. Henrietta came out and hit Holiday pretty hard and actually won that first match pretty convincingly. And then, you know, Holiday came back and won 3 in a row. So it turns out Holiday is probably, I mean, seeing, you know, nothing crazy happening, they're probably going to finish district undefeated. And then Henrietta will be right there with 2 losses probably. And then probably Iowa Park and
probably Iowa Park will finish third, and then that 4th spot is really up for grabs. Probably
Bowie,
out of
Vernon and
Bowie, Vernon, and Jacksboro.
Yeah, so Jacksboro actually on Friday they beat City View. So that after the first 2, that I think Iowa Park will probably take number 3. Iowa Park still has a chance to beat Henrietta. I think they still got one more matchup, so that could be something interesting too. So, but yeah, so they're handling business. Holiday, we got them ranked up there, I think 3rd in our rankings. So they're doing good. They're doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. And yeah, I mean, volleyball's in full swing. I keep saying that. It's on all the posts. But yeah, we're excited for volleyball. And so I think district play's gone through the first round. We discussed that. And then second round of district play is coming around. And I anticipate a lot of teams obviously going to the playoffs and making some deep runs. We got some deep run candidates amongst us.
One thing I want to point out too is this: this is the time of year for the last few years that I've kind of paid attention and I've watched. This is when you see the coaches that are the great coaches. Not saying all coaches are not great, but after that first cycle of the volleyball district season, this is when you start seeing lineups being adjusted. This is when you start seeing coaches starting to play kids in different type of rotations. So just the adjustment, kind of like in basketball and stuff, you see second half adjustments. This is the second half of the season. You're going to see some adjustments that are being made. One coach I will say, I'll give her a shout out. She used to be at City View. It's Coach Green in Iowa Park. She's very, very good at making those adjustments. I'm excited to see what she does with Iowa Park on this second half of the season. I know they had some injuries early in the season. I'm excited to see what they do for the adjustments. Also, out there in Windthorst, their coach is known for making the adjustments on the second part of the season. So I'm excited to see not just those coaches, but all of the coaches and the adjustments that they're going to make with their rotations going into the second part of the season. So I'm excited about that. One thing I will say that we talked about a little bit off the air, Memorial lost, a tough game against Abilene Wiley, being up 2, then, taking a fall, but they have a really good coach as well out there. So just seeing how she make the adjustment to the second time when they play Abilene Wiley, we're looking forward to seeing how that goes. And then again, we're excited to see how the season closes, how this season ends. I'm looking forward to the playoffs for volleyball. I'm excited about what's going on, and I'm just looking forward to really just all of the girls to keep fighting for these positions on the new style of rankings, how they rank them. Jeff did a great job of coming up with this idea. Jeff's been our guru. He might not give himself credit, but he's been the guru for volleyball of, taking the extra niche, the extra mile. So we appreciate what he's doing with that. But I think this, as far as the coverage, I think this is some of the most coverage that I've seen in a community for volleyball in a long time. So I hope the ladies are enjoying it, the parents are enjoying it, and let's continue to get out there with the second half of the season.
Yeah, for sure. And thank you for the nice words, man. That was
I
pretty
got
nice. And you got me McDonald's today, dude. What have I done?
I love you, bro.
It's
I
when
love
you
you
get. It's
too,
when you
man.
give
I
them
love you too.
that airtime here in a
Yeah.
few minutes.
Yeah, so like you said, man, volleyball, there's a lot of coverage. And, our goal coming on here is not to compete with any of the local news stations or anything, but to maybe, light a little fire under them to I'm not going to say do better, but, to continue and do the things that they do. And then also, we have parents and we have, we have some feedback. Sometimes it's not always good. It's some negative feedback at times, but that comes with it. And we're not afraid of the negative feedback. We're not afraid of the to go out and have some fun with some kids and talk a little trash and do this. It's all fun and games. It's part of it. And I think the kids and the parents enjoy that as well. Like when they can, I think a parent who has something to say, they feel like if they can come on to our Facebook page or whatever and say what they want in the comments, like that's more power to them. Everybody has a right to their opinion. They can say what they want. We're going to say what we want. We're going to do the rankings how we've been doing the rankings. People aren't going to like it, but you're not going to be able to please everybody. That's just how it goes. That's life. If you could please everybody and life was just so dandy, life would be boring. And we don't want that. That's just life. Sure. We're not mad. We love it. We love it. We love everybody who doesn't love us. We love them. It is what it is.
Those are my favorite fans.
Yeah. So, again, volleyball is been fun for me to take to kind of oversee, and I've been learning a lot about volleyball. I learned a lot about these players. These girls are just super athletic. I don't know how some of them can jump so high and hit that ball so hard, and even some of them diving and then I've seen some of the craziest sets where the girls are behind their heads, and it's just so perfectly placed that the girls just come flying out of nowhere. I do the video, so I'll have the video up, and then they'll just be like a set, and I'll just watch the ball slow motion, and then out of nowhere, here comes just, it's, I don't know. It's like they've been doing it for a long time or something. You like my sound, my noise?
Yeah. You did good on that.
Well, not as good as
Have you got
Tiger.
to see, we talked about the substitution thing that neither of us still kind of understand why, because I'm like, why do you take
we
that
need
person
somebody
out?
to help us with substitution rules.
Have you been able to get on camera, like if a lady kicks the ball? Have you able to get that on camera
I
yet?
did. I've got a couple of those, but
'Cause that's
not one that has
athleticism, too.
really turned out to be an advantage or a point or something. So not yet. I am waiting. I like that because that's pretty cool for it to be in a video, something you can put on the socials. But
You talking about like a kick dig?
Yeah.
KD?
kick dig.
Yeah.
He said kick dig.
Is that
A
how it's
KD.
scored in the stats?
No, that's what we're gonna call it, a KD. I think that'd be cool.
It's coming up with the battle of this and I like it though.
We need to patent some of this stuff. We might become. Next thing you know, we might be rich. Have to get a receipt.
And,
A
receipts.
little foreshadow.
Okay. All right. Well, let's. Where are we at? 13 minutes. We're fine. Let's touch on 11 man, and then we'll take a break. So we'll transition over to football. We'll touch on 11 man. We'll start there. Electric Tigers still winning, guys. We said, everybody has their doubts and their thoughts on Electra. We don't doubt anybody here, especially athletes and programs. But we see the past. We have our own ideas on what's happening, but Electra just keeps winning, guys. They came out. They went out to Seymour.
Yeah.
And they handled business.
Big road win, as we know. Seymour has been dealing with injuries, but you still play the game, and
I don't know what happened right there.
but anyway, yeah, big road win for Electra at Seymour. We know that's a high-flying attack that Coach Lloyd and led by his son down there. So to hold that offense to 28 points is huge. So 3-4 touchdowns, however the scoring ended up being. And we keep talking about it, that Electra, they got a big date, week 10 versus Windthorst. Now, they they'll have to take care of business and beat a tough Archer City team who failed to win Thor's 28-8. But the Electric Tigers, led by Coach McKitty, and also the Monday Moguls, led by Coach Langston, those are probably the two biggest surprises in the 9-4 area as far as 11-man football this season.
Yeah, Electra, for me, Electra is, man, they're doing their thing right now. Those kids are fired up. They're paying attention. We'll make posts, and then, of course, people, why is Electra ranked this? And, things like that. One thing I will say, just to clear the air, this is not who would win against each other. We're not saying Electra could beat this school, or we're not saying Electra could beat that school. It's all about, at the end of the day, giving flowers to everybody. Electra is the last undefeated 11-man team in this area. But not only are they the last undefeated, they're handling business. They're winning games convincingly. They're making sure that everybody understands they're here. They're the Tigers, and they're here to stay. One thing we also, too, I want us to, when we're talking about Electra, let's celebrate them. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're a product of the 940. Let's not put them down. Let's have fun, but let's not put them down. They're doing great. They're doing their thing. They're out there rocking. I keep saying it week in and week out. I'm going to switch it up. I said that Coach McKitty has brought that, Salina blood, but I'm going to switch it up. He's brought that Electra blood out in those Electra kids in that community. Now it's no longer about the Salina blood. It's about what they're doing in Electra. He's out there. They're pumping. They're pumping hard. Everybody know that they have those pumps out there, and now those boys they're in overtime right now. They're pumping extremely hard. They're doing what they need to do. So we're proud of Electra. Keep it rolling, Electra. The sky's the limit.
Yeah, and to touch on what you said, obviously Electra's not going to line up against Memorial, or City View. But they're taking care of business. We discuss this all the time. You can't discredit or take away from kids that are doing their job and doing it well. No matter what the history of or what the past has been, you have to, we're ranking on the present. And when we say pound for pound rankings, and this also goes to the volleyball side, and it will be basketball too. A lot of these schools, they don't play each other, especially in football. They're not going to play each other. So it makes it hard on us to differentiate the entire, the breakdown of it all. But keep in mind, this is a season-long ranking. So if we get to the end of the season and we're wrong, then maybe we didn't do as good a job as we could have. But during the season, as it goes, not necessarily, we don't want to be known as, everybody gets a participation trophy type ranking, because that's not what we're about. But it's recognizing the kids and what they're doing at the moment that they're doing it. And to do that amongst all the kids that we have in the area, all the teams we have in the area that don't play each other, I think we've done a good job. And I think most people will agree with that. You're going to have the trolls, I call them, that will just get in there and say whatever they want to say or do whatever they want to do. But again, we're not worried about those guys, and we're doing this for the kids. So we're not worried about what parents or anything is going to really say too much about.
But honestly, man, I like the trolls. That's my favorite part. I like to go and read what they have to say. Be excited. Be proud about your community, thinking your community is the best. I love it. Keep doing that. Make sure you share as well. Please share. Make sure you be like, I don't like what these guys, please share it. The more you share it, the more clicks, the more people that come and learn more about the 940. And I think that's the part that I want to remind everybody about. The more we share, the more we do the things that we need to do, as far as, even if it's something that you don't like that we're posting, it's bringing awareness and attention to this community, to the 940 area. And this is why we do what we do. We're not doing this to highlight just certain schools, or we're doing this to bring attention to this area, to make people be like, what's going on out there in 940? What is this controversy ranking system that they're talking about, because when you do that, then our ranking system starts to carry value. I feel like our ranking systems be stuff that colleges look at. That's our hope. So even if you agree or don't agree, share the post. That way that it's bringing not only more attention to your school, your respective school. You might say that your school is being snubbed. Your school should be higher up on the rankings. Post, share it, and say that. But in turn, what it does is it makes all the area schools get more of attention. Because, say for instance, Holiday might feel, oh, we're better than Electra. Why we're not ranked higher than Electra? Post it, share it. Because guess what happens is now more attention is on Holiday. Not only is more attention on Holiday, more attention is on Electra and all the other schools that are around this area. So I'm excited that everybody don't agree with what we say. I didn't get into it for everybody to agree. I got into it for the kids, like Jeff said. But ultimately, it's bringing buzz and it's bringing more people are more involved. This is the most I've seen people are involved with commenting and believing in something that I've ever seen in my life in Wichita Falls. So continue to share and post.
Yeah, exactly. Well said. Because, like you said, we're here for the kids.
Yep.
This is a long-term investment that we've decided we want to be a part of. We, of course, we give a lot of time and effort, but in a few years from now, or even now, if we can get something out to in the sight or in the ears of college coaches, and they start looking here, and we get one kid who might get a look from a college, that's a win, and that's not just us. That like O just said, sharing on social media has become so powerful that just a share or a like or something, comments or whatever, that's gonna spread the reach. And when the reach gets big enough, that's, like he said, everything. I mean, I'm just repeating what he said because it's so true. That's when the importance of everything that we're doing starts to shape its form and starts to really take off and do for the kids like we really want to do for the kids. So share, like, comment, disagree. Please disagree. We know we're not perfect, and we know that what we say doesn't always go. So we're ready for it. We love it. We enjoy it.
And I think O brought up a valid point, because since I've been in Wichita Falls the last 5 years, I was blessed to be the recruiting coordinator at Ryder and now Memorial High School. And so when those college recruiters come in, coaches, they're asking, well, before it was Old High and or Wichita Falls High and Hershey, and then they'll say, well, do they have any kids in Jacksboro? Do they have any kids at Alva Park? Do they have any kids at City View? And I would tell them, yeah, go out there. Do they have any kids in Windthorst? So what I would like is for the community, as O said, to share, because your kid may not be in high school, but you're helping somebody else's kid. And then when your kid comes up there, that recruiter who was there 3 years ago, he'll say, well, man, I need to go to Electra. I heard about, what can you tell me about that Electra kid? What can you tell me about that kid down there in Monday? And even out there at our six-man cover schools. Can this kid play? Yeah, man, they got some guys out there who can really play. So it's going to help somewhere. Like I said, it may not be your kid who's in elementary or middle school, but you're helping somebody else's kid. And then when your kid get up there, like I said, it's for the community. And if you love your community, you want as much notoriety for your community and for everybody to be involved. Just, like you said, just share it, good and bad. But it's for the kids at the end of the day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that was the first big deal. Electra Tigers still winning. Let me skip that for a second. We're going to go to, in our top 10, only two teams lost this week. So, yes, the rankings will shake up a little bit. Obviously, we'll touch on that in a second again. Archer City took a loss against Windthorst. So, they slipped into number 10. So they're probably going to end up dropping. And then obviously the other one was Jacksboro.
We had a game in Jacksboro.
There was a game in Jacksboro.
I didn't realize that. State contenders, right?
Yeah, I heard there was like two state-ranked two top 10 state-ranked teams. One team was number 6. Mm-hmm. One team was number 10.
Number 8.
Oh yeah, not number 8. Sorry. So one number 8 team, one number 6 team, and there was some predictions made. There was some some videos made. There was some receipts made. I think I'll probably turn it over to the guy to my left here as he's trying to come out of his mantra and see what he's got to say about this City View and Jacksboro Tiger game.
Let's start with this. So, yes, I did make a prediction of 14 points. I didn't get the prediction right. There was receipts made. There was videos made of me all over social media. I didn't say one word. I didn't get no sleep. But after the end of that game, I was able to, who let the stains out? Nay. Yeah, you got the receipt. You got it. But guess what? I got the W. We won. Now, Jacksboro, listen up, man. I want to say to the community of Jacksboro first before I talk about the game, I really, truthfully appreciate what you guys did. That was the best. Literally, I think me, Jeff, Evan, and Jay, we laughed so hard.
It
Jeff,
was too good.
Jeff, laughed. He said, man, when I saw that, I laughed out loud.
I did.
And that's what it's about. I do these things, man. I act silly on these shows. I can be a meme. I don't care. I do it for the kids, man. These kids, they deserve some type of humor. They deserve something to have fun. You know, you guys made posts. I made posts. We laughed. We had a good time. But one thing I do want everybody to know, there was nobody mad. There was nobody upset about any of those things. It was all done in fun and game. And when you're playing the game of football, especially in the state of Texas, you have to be able to have fun, especially in big games like that. But with that being said, the Mustangs did win. Who let the stains out? Nay. Yeah, we did win that game. But let's talk about the game a little bit. Let me talk about it. I will say, on the record, Luke Sims is probably Sam. Sorry about that.
He knows Sam. You just talking about Sam.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Don't start. Babe, he didn't say that on there. I didn't say that. Don't get me in trouble. But he's probably one of the best running backs I've seen in the last 10 years that I've actually seen play. Great kid, run hard. I will say that if there's any colleges out there that's watching, I don't know who he's being recruited by, you're getting one heck of a football player if you recruit this kid. He does not go down easily. You know, he does not go down easily. This game, again, I just wanted to pub him, but this game was a back-and-forth game. It was a great game. The atmosphere, I will say to the Jacksboro community, to the City View community, you guys made this truthfully a game of the week. I've never seen an atmosphere of the first round of a district, to start a district play. This is the first district game. It started off hot. It was good. The boys came out. They played extremely hard, lights out, 4 quarters and a bonus quarter. Both teams left it all on the football field. The one thing I will say is that this was a good win. This doesn't mean district is decided. I've seen people saying it to my City View people out there. You're still not the favorite. Holiday now is the favorite. Let's just be real. Nobody's going to put, I've seen people even saying that Jacksboro had an off night. City View wasn't supposed to win that. Hey, it is what it is. The game was won to the Jacksboro Tigers. Keep fighting. The season's not over and done with. I will also, I gave Luke Sams a shout out. I want to also give Desmond Whiteside a shout out. Desmond Whiteside was able to guard Cannon, who is a monster of a kid. He was able to guard him and shadow him. And I think we talked about this on the show. Jay asked, he was like, I wonder if they're going to match Desmond up. Desmond up, he said, I
saw that when they first lined up. Yeah. I saw it.
He said, I wondered if they would do that. City View did that. I didn't expect them to do it, and they came out. They put Desmond on Cannon. It was a battle. Desmond ended up, I feel like Desmond got the upper hand in this particular, but it could have easily went the other way on this one. So, also, too, just because not just because it's my baby boy, but I don't they'll tell you, I never talk about him on the air. I never really give him any credit. on the air, but I will say that, my son was able to get to end the game with the pass deflection. So shout out to him. I know some areas gave it to another kid, but the other kid was in the right spot, did what he was supposed to do. I call him DM. That's Deacon. Deacon did a great job on that play as well. I'm proud of those boys. I'm proud of everybody, both teams. I will say that this game of the week that we picked, I feel like we got it right. 28-21, you can't beat that in overtime. That's just one of those things. But who let them things out? Nay.
Who's Nay?
I got a question.
That's what a horse say, nay.
Because y'all both was there. And I know that the atmosphere was electric.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we kind of talked about this with every coach during the coaches preview. Did y'all go to the concession stand? And if so, what was the best thing they had?
They did have a juicy burger that I seen, Tiff.
I was smashing on that cheeseburger. It was good, too. And we was talking about it before the game. It's not those little McDonald's patties that shrink down to, I mean, it was a thick burger, bro, and it was good. It had some good flavor. It was a good stuff.
That bad boy, son.
No, I enjoyed it, but I want to kind of give my thing on the game. I don't know exactly, the mindset of the Jacksboro Tigers, but they were having fun with the little receipt thing, and so to me that kind of maybe shows that obviously they were in on, they knew what was going on. They saw the post. They've seen the podcast. They, all fun and games. But to me, it seemed like maybe Jacksboro was thinking that they already had that game locked in and, that they were going to come out victorious. But so they may have came in a little lightly. I've been critical of City View all year. I think I'm going to continue to be critical because it seems like when I'm critical, they just keep succeeding, and I like that. But they're the real deal, man. When you can go into Jacksboro, into the opponent's house, who's the heavy favorite to win district, and just, I'm not going to say they obliterated them, but they beat them. And I talked to multiple times about this, and even the guys in the chat. There was at least 5 times that Desmond Whiteside got behind the defense against Jacksboro. If Malachi could have just put a little more finesse or took a little bit extra time on his throws, Desmond could have had multiple deep throw touchdowns. And for that to have happened and then they still come out victorious shows me exactly how much stronger that City View actually was and how much more real they are than a lot of people think. And they came out and proved they actually absolutely proved all the haters wrong. I mean, they proved how good they are, how much they have been determined for this game, how much work they put into it. But for me, and O already posted this on his page about the player of the game. For me, the player of the game was Hunter Brown. Hunter came out, I think it was probably a 3rd and long, a long ball to Hunter Brown. Made the catch, secured it, went to the ground. Next set of downs, he's running a jet sweep, getting positive yardage. Next set of down, he's getting screen passes, positive yardage. Next set of down, I mean, this kid was all over the place. I think, did he have an interception or no?
No, Desmond had 2 and Bryson had 1.
Yeah, but Hunter Brown, and I know Hunter Brown personally. I've watched him grow up through basketball and stuff, and this has been the best I've ever seen him play. And if he can play, he's capable of playing at this level. And if he can keep doing that moving forward, that I think gives City View an even another additional threat. So City View's rolling. They're playing good, and I'm already looking forward to the. I'm not overlooking Henrietta, as that sets up for a trap game for them. But I'm looking forward to the City View holiday game.
All right, so before we close this out, talking about City View, I just want to say one thing. I guess the best way I want to say it is, man, I want to give Coach Heath Aldridge a shout out on our pod. We all know what Coach is dealing with. He's doing a tremendous job. This man is 7 weeks in, still battling. That's why I wore my We Fight shirt today. We're fighting along with you, Coach Aldridge. To get a win like this, I know this means a lot to you. I know this is giving you so much more to fight for. We're proud of you. I will say Jacksboro community, I believe it was Cannon's mother. She came, I remember right before the game, she presented Coach Aldridge's wife with a basket of goodies. But that just goes to show that it's football that's being played on Friday nights, but the camaraderie that these coaches' wives, that they have with each other and get behind each other, that's just amazing. But I couldn't let this show go by without just saying, for everybody out there, continue to pray for Coach A. He's doing good. He's battling. He's a fighter. But we all know that for people that are believers out there, prayer works. And we just pray that we keep praying for Coach Aldridge, keep praying for him, that, he's lifted up, that he does the things that God can do for him that we can't do, and that we're just proud of him, man. The sacrifice to still be out there coaching shows how selfless that this guy is, and we appreciate that, Coach Aldridge. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Definitely. We had a great visit with him when he came in here, and to see him on the sidelines I know it's just uplifting for the players and for the fans and the whole community of City View. So we wish you the best to keep pushing, Coach. We're with you. After that, we're going to take a quick break, get a word from our sponsors, and then we'll be back shortly.
At Orthopedics Express, our primary focus is delivering exceptional care to patients with orthopedic injuries, such as sprains, strains, broken bones, and joint pain. You'll receive the expert care you need when you need it most. Simply walk in or schedule an appointment through MyChart. Located inside the Center for Advanced Orthopedics, Orthopedics Express is your fast track to orthopedic care.
The realtor we trust is Kim Roark, given to others with love. Kim was raised in this community and has been selflessly serving for over 20 years. Kim encourages everyone to thrive in their purpose. Kim is part of the Homes for Heroes program, where she gives back a portion of her commissions from each closing to all military, firefighters, law enforcement, healthcare, and educators who use her services. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, Kim is the realtor for you. Go check out the website at homesforheroes.com. Since starting from scratch in 2020 by longtime resident of Clay County, Bob Belcher, Duck Creek Disposal has quickly become one of the most trusted waste disposal service and dumpster rental companies serving the 940 community and the surrounding areas. Local to the core, they take immense pride in being a part of the Wichita Falls community. Duck Creek Disposal's deep roots mean that every customer is treated like a neighbor. Their promise is to guarantee the best customer experience in the area, and they live by it. Whether you're a homeowner, contractor, or business, they've tailored their services to suit varied requirements. Bob's hands-on approach and belief in personal connection means that when you call Duck Creek Disposal, you're experiencing a standard of service that Bob himself envisioned. You talk to real people, not a machine. Go give Bob a call at 940-257-5660. Serving the 940 community for 12 years, Allegiance Electric and Controls is the trusted go-to for commercial and industrial electrical solutions. Contact them for reliable, tailored services to keep your operations running smoothly. Please call or visit their website at aecllc.com. For all your paving and concrete needs, we trust Freeman Paving, LLC. Located in Vernon, Texas, Freeman Paving is our recommended business for concrete, paving, and dirt work. They have over 20 years of experience working right here in our community. Next time you need any concrete work, give them a call, 940-552-9496. If you're looking to treat yourself to a delicious dessert, then Yogurt Journey is the place to be. Yogurt Journey offers 12 delicious flavors of frozen yogurt with over 60 topping options. If you want something warm instead, stop by to enjoy an amazing funnel cake, fried Oreos, fried brownies, or fried candy. Yogurt Journey also offers frozen yogurt rolls, waffle frozen yogurt rolls, and smoothies. If you need a cake for your next celebration, Yojo provides custom frozen yogurt cakes. Yogurt Journey is located on Kemp Street across from Barwise Middle School and is open daily from 12 to 9 p.m. For all your roofing-related needs, we choose Assured Roofing and Construction. At Assured Roofing and Construction, their hard work is based off honesty, loyalty, and integrity, ensuring that every customer gets what they deserve and is happy and stress-free throughout the entire process. When any storm damage occurs to your roof, gutters, fencing, or siding, Assured will have you covered and help you from the initial free inspection to filing your claim, meeting with adjusters, and getting your damaged property fixed properly. Give AJ a call at 940-782-1194. As one of the top medical spas in Wichita Falls, GlowMD offers a comprehensive collection of treatments and services for you to look and feel your absolute best. Our physician-led team will ensure a warm, welcoming experience with a personalized approach. Give Dr. Don Peters a call, 940-642-4982. 3D Well Testing, LLC specializes in the Texas Railroad Commission H5 pressure testing. 3D Well Testing provides a turnkey service by scheduling the test with the Texas Railroad Commission, performing the pressure test, and then files all the required testing results with the Texas Railroad Commission. Please give Andy Davis a call, 940-232-0344.
Refresh your ride during the Thrill of Summer sales event at Nissan of Wichita Falls. Come see our great lineup of new Nissans, including the all-new Nissan Rogue and the new 2024 Nissan Frontier. Nissan of Wichita Falls has a huge selection of pre-owned vehicles and a service staff of certified Nissan technicians, backed by the best parts department in Texoma. We're locally owned and operated with a sales team you can trust at Nissan of Wichita Falls.
All right. We're back. Thanks again to all the sponsors for the show. We couldn't do it without you guys financially, but also the support that you guys bring in for us. And we just appreciate you. And thank you. We're going to jump into six-man. We got some six-man stuff to report. Wichita Christian, it's top of our rankings. The TAPS state rankings came out this last week. Wichita Christian, number one in the entire state of Texas. That's awesome. Wait, not that one.
Y'all pray for Jeff on these buttons, man.
There we go.
I told you, you should have marked them already.
I know. You're supposed to be able to.
We come every week and you forget.
Yeah.
Wichita Christian, number one in the state, baby. Man, that's pretty impressive. You know, we have Wichita Christian, number one in the state. We have, I don't know if they have 1A volleyball rankings. Do they have 1A volleyball rankings for who's the number one volleyball team? Why am I drawing a blank?
Carroll?
1A team. Oh, no, they're.
Are you talking about Wichita Christian?
The volleyball team?
No, I'm asking.
Christ Academy.
Christ Academy.
There
we
go.
go.
Yeah,
Man,
you
sorry.
should have said private. I was like,
You're talking about private?
Stroke.
yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
We do need to see if they have state rankings for volleyball. Because I think they do.
Well,
I
we're
would
gonna
assume
have,
so. Because they do it
stay
for
tuned
football
because
and
we got
basketball.
some special guests coming up on Wednesday.
Yeah, we need to figure that out.
You guys might want to hear from. Wichita Christian, man, they're still winning. Let's talk about them.
Wichita Christian is honestly, man. I will say I'm not surprised that they're doing good. When we brought Coach in, he was sitting down, listening to him talk football was like, okay, this dude here knows what he's talking about, and he'll straight up tell you he loves six man. Like he stays in his lane. He's perfected the game when it comes to six man. They're doing good. I have the Isaac kid out there. He's balling out. He's doing good. He just won the midseason MVP.
I saw that.
For the area. So shout out to him. But honestly, man, it's just I've been making predictions, man. I can see Wichita Christian going undefeated for the season and making a deep playoff run and possibly contending for a state championship at the TAPS level, private school for six-man football. I'm excited about what they're doing. They're another school in this area that went under the radar. Nobody really talked about. Nobody knew what they had brewing over there in football, and they're out right now. They're proving to everybody that, hey, we belong. We deserve the attention just like everybody else. So congratulations, Wichita Christian.
Yeah, they've done great, man. And somebody that's listening can give us hopefully some information about where that state championship might take place.
Yeah.
I know a videographer that probably would be interested in making a trip and possibly working a video.
I don't know
for those guys.
about 6-man, as you mentioned that, but shout out to them. Miss Nolan, his wife, who I work with, she is always sending the stats in. So Wichita Christian is making a name for herself. But I know 11-man is in Waco. I don't know that for sure about 6-man. And the only reason I know that is
when you say Waco, I mean,
their state championship. That's
for what level though?
That's why I said 11-man private.
Oh, 11-man private. Okay.
So I don't know about and going back to what O said, talking with Miss Nolan, because her husband, Coach Nolan, obviously the head coach of Wichita Christian, they said they have one. There's probably team in their way. I was trying to think of an adjective to fill in there or a verb, whatever. My 8th grade teacher, Ms. Glad, would be upset at me because I couldn't fill that in. But there's one team, she told me this, and I hate that I forgot it, but there's the team that is a perennial power that they would have to face maybe the second or third round of the playoffs. But that, once again, we're a ways away from that. But so we'll give those guys kudos and give them their stars for Wichita Christian.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that was a good one.
Golly.
I got it right there, though. How you so mad? Right. All right, so, yeah, Wichita Christian doing their thing. St. Joe, 7-0. Coach Hans over there. Again, firecracker man. That guy's got him fired up. And we talked about this just before the show started. Throckmorton. I guess I didn't realize he came from Throckmorton, and now he's in St. Joe, and they're killing it. 7-0, man. What we got to say about that?
Yeah, and they've cracked the top 10. I just double-checked. They're a top 10 state-ranked team now. St. Joe went from being unranked to their last week they cracked the top 10. I don't know what they're doing out there in St. Joe, but they're rolling. They're rolling on all cylinders right now. They're undefeated. They're doing their thing. I'm excited to see how this season shapes up for St. Joe and how far that they go. They won. They're steady winning every time somebody counts them out. They keep winning. Congratulations to St. Joe. Things about communities like St. Joe is, when there's a football game going on out there, everybody's there. I can only imagine what the community support is like at those football games. So keep going, keep pushing. We're believing in you, and I believe the sky's the limit for you guys as well. Yeah,
St. Joe is interesting. I mean, I was able to get out there for the volleyball football doubleheader that I did a couple weeks ago, and you go into the stadium, but they also have it where you can. I mean, a lot of people just drive their cars up, and it's like the football field, and then the cars go all the way around, like almost as if the lights went out, everybody could just turn their headlights on and shine enough light for the game. But very small town, great fans, everybody showing out. And I mean, how exciting could that be? I mean, I don't know how long it's been, maybe since they've been 7-0 and state ranked, or top 10 state ranked. But I mean, those guys are believing out there. I heard that one of their players, Lee Yelly, who's number 9, absolute beast. He came, I mean, almost out of nowhere this year. And I think a lot of people are giving that credit to the coaches that came in. They've turned this kid in from a football player to a stud, and that just shows you right there how important coaching is. And so, like you said, wish the best for those guys. I'm going to stay keeping up with them. And we'll see what they continue to do this year.
Yeah, they're running through their tough schedule as we see. And so at week 10, they got a game versus Union Hill, who lost to Perrin Witt 70-64, who St. Joe beat 32, I think 28. I can't remember exactly, but
32-30.
32-30. That's what it was. Yeah, you were there. 32-30. And so they can run week 10. We got a lot of games good on week 10, but I just saw that and pointed that out. So they can run the table and be undefeated come week 10.
Man, that would be awesome. Then we still got Benjamin too, and so there's just so much good sports here in 940, man, and it just drives me crazy. We didn't touch on this with 11-man, but we actually we're waiting for the rankings to come out. We have the potential to have 3 top 10 state-ranked teams in the same district right here in the 940. And it just is mind-boggling that we do not have more coaches and colleges coming to this area searching for these players, because there's no other reason than great athletes to be able to have that. And so that, I don't know, that just blows my mind, really.
One thing you kind of touched on, Benjamin, I have to do nothing but hats off to those coaches and hats off to those players out there, man, because we talk about it all the time. I mean, I was one of the people, I'll flat out say it. I was like, oh, Grayson's gone, Benjamin's not going to be good. But, man, when I tell you those kids out there playing some football, that's a testament to show that it was more than just Grayson Rigney on that team. Those kids were playing good football. You have a bunch of good kids out there playing football. Two of them are brothers, the Hayes brothers. They're playing lights out right now. So many kids out there playing good. So congratulations on Benjamin of just showing that, hey, we weren't a one-trick pony. You know what I'm saying? We're definitely had players. We had players that were good, just as good, and they're stepping up and they're shining right now. So keep it going, Benjamin, out there.
And I'll say this too: another team, one of our coach and favorites, Coach Archer out there in Newcastle. They went 3-0, started off 3-0, and then had a couple of tough losses versus some really good teams, and they won this week versus Jeff's favorite mascot, Perrin Witt, who's now on a 2-game losing streak. But I talked to Coach Archer on a Friday, and he just talked about they're getting guys back healthy. You know, they lost a couple of key players, I think, maybe for the season, he said, but just getting guys back healthy. And it was a huge win over a good Perrin Witt team. And so just like you said, we got a lot of great athletes, great coaches in this area. So these kids need to be blown up. These kids need to be told a good job. So the community has to help that. And so just shout out to all of our 11-man teams and also our 6-man football teams, because it's great football. And it's great guys, great coaches, great towns, great communities, and great athletes who need to be given their flowers.
Yes, sir. Well said. Well said. And just thinking back, man, we have multiple great games every Friday night. You know, amongst either 11-man or 6-man or whatever, we have multiple great Friday night games. It's not like just one game of the week. So, yeah. I mean, we could easily pick multiple games for game of the week. And, you know, it may get to that one week, but let's move ahead to our pick'em, our weekly pick'em. Evan, why don't you start and just let us know where we're at overall? Right. And
okay,
yeah, I'm watching you too.
We had a great week. All of us did. We all seem to be on the same page.
So y'all following me now.
I wouldn't say follow. O and myself led the week. We were 20-2. There were 22 games this week. O and myself was 20-2. Jeff was 19-3 this week, and Jay finished 17-5. Yeah. So that brings our totals after week 7. Of course, I'm in first place.
Behind me,
I'm a 2-game lead. 2-game lead. 135. O has 130. Or sorry, I have 137. O has 135.
Yeah, you're sabotaging me.
Yeah.
Whatever. How many do I got?
You had a great week this week. So you are now tied with Jay at 125.
Way back there.
10 games.
Back.
10 games ain't nothing, bro.
So you say.
Yeah. Now you just got to pick off the grid and may have to.
No. Y'all picking after me. Y'all just picking better.
No, I see what it is. I'm watching you, Evan.
Yeah. But I will say, you know, O and J, huge, which he's not going to pick against them, but that was huge. So,
well, all I'm gonna say is Evan, I am watching you from here on out. If I see that thing pop up, there's somebody in there deleting.
Yeah, and
I should be up right now.
Yeah, and so then our game of the week was ended up being the Crowd Bowl. We were all on Munster, and they ended up taking care of business over Lindsay, 44-0. So Jay is 6-1. I don't know how that is. I'm 5-2, and then Jeff and O, y'all are 4-3.
At least you didn't say what you said last week.
I didn't say bring it up.
So I mean the Crowd Bowl. I wish I would have went.
Yeah.
Obviously for the experience, but we got next year.
Yeah.
It was
a
decision
at Lindsay,
for me.
So we'll say that for Munster next year.
Yeah, I like that. That's what we were going to do.
Yeah.
So,
That way
all
Coach
right,
Carney
so
can take care of us.
let's go to our pick 'em. Now we know the overall. Let's just start right down the list. We're going to go over our coverage games. We got 7 coverage games. We got 7 games where the 2 teams in our coverage area play each other. So we're going to go over those. We're going to make our quick pick 'em, and then we'll move to our game of the week. First game, Monday at Electra. Can I get the
Our 2 surprise teams, man.
Can you do the
Nah, I'm not doing it.
I might get you put on another video.
Nah, I don't.
The Tigers, man. The Tigers are going to – I got to go with the Tigers. I think it's going to be another tough battle just like Seymour was. But if the Tigers can keep winning, man, that's my pick.
I'm picking that.
That was the silent version.
Yeah, he's going with the Tigers unlike last week. I'm going to keep picking Electra. I want nothing against Electra's next couple of opponents, but I can see them being 9-0 facing 8-1 Windthorst for Week 10, the district title. So I'm going to keep going with Electra.
All right, next game, Seymour against Petrolia. This was going to be tough. Another, we're all in district matchups. These guys play each other tough. I think Seymour's getting healthier. I think they're getting some key pieces back is what we're hearing. I'm gonna pick Seymour.
Us. I got Seymour on this one.
Yeah, as I was doing this, I was watching a couple of huddle highlights. It showed that Seymour was up on Electra, and so at home as well. So Electra came back and won very tough, but I'm gonna go ahead and go with Seymour at home. Seymour over Petrolia, in Petrolia.
Next game, City View at Henrietta. We talk about these games kind of being trap games, possibilities. I think City View's locked in, though. We talked about before the show, City View's playing for a lot more than just football right now, I think. And so those boys are just playing next level, lights out. And I'm not going against them. City View.
I got City View winning this game in Henrietta, but I do think this game will be more interesting than what most people will. Henrietta will get up to play this game. I can promise you that. So I got City View winning this game.
Everybody remember what happened 2 weeks ago, right? Georgia and Alabama. Alabama wins. Then the next week, 40-point underdog, or playing Vanderbilt, a 40-point underdog, and Vanderbilt comes out and win. That's not happening this week. City View by a lot.
I like that build. Like what he said the other day. He said, and Jeff leading the bottom. Leading the bottom.
Yeah, Evan be slick.
That's not happening. City View by a lot. All right. This one's actually has got some split decisions here. Knox City at Newcastle. Newcastle's healthy. I think they're still down a couple guys for the season, though. I think that might come into play. I'm going to go Knox City here.
I'm gonna say this game right here is gonna decide who gets the second playoff spot in that district. They're battling for that. I believe Jaden's gonna tie up that first spot. Then only 2 teams go to the playoffs in the 6-man. So this game's gonna be a very, very interesting game. But I'm going with Coach Archer in Newcastle.
Yeah, give me the Bobcat, Coach Archer.
All right, next game. Parentwitt at Bryson. Bryson is playing some good football right now. Parentwitt coming off a 2-game loss. I think they're gonna our 2-game losing streak. I think they're gonna be fired up, man. I think they're probably learning from their mistakes, and I'm gonna go with Parentwitt and the Pirates, baby.
I'm going with Bryson Cowboys.
And this one is a tough one. Like you said, Parentwitt, 2 losses versus 2 good teams in St. Joe and Newcastle. And so how are you going to come and respond? I think if Parentwitt's at home, I'm probably taking them. But because they're on the road, I love Coach Ray. And so give me the Bryson Cowboy.
All right. Next game, Harold at Kroll. Did I say that right?
Yes,
Kroll?
sir.
Yeah.
I always have a hard time saying
You normally
Kroll
say
or
crowd, but you've been saying crow lately.
Okay, good.
God has been with you.
Thank you. And also with you.
Thank you.
Harold at Kroll. I'm going to go Harold. I think they're going to do it.
This one was hard for me to pick. I wanted to pick Harold on this one, but I'm going to go with Kroll on this one. Kroll won convincingly last year. I know they're returning a lot of players from that team, so I'm believing Kroll will get the job done.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Kroll as well. So I'll take them, the Wildcats.
All right, in our game of the week, a huge matchup and what may decide over 700 miles of travel difference. Dun, dun, dun. Abilene Wiley at Wichita Falls Memorial. Abilene Wiley's 2-0 in district. Memorial's 2-0 in district. This is a battle of unbeaten district teams. Like we talked about before, and I know Evan could probably touch a little bit more on this, but this is a big game. This is a big deciding game on how this district can fold out. And I don't like Abilene or Wiley. I'm going with Memorial.
Yeah, Jeff, I appreciate what you said about them. I cannot stand Abilene Wiley. They beat me my senior year to keep us from three-peating in the state title. They beat us 24-25. I can't stand them. Memorial get it done for me this week. I cannot stand the Abilene Wiley Bulldogs.
Well, that's great. We can finally do something for O. Keys to this game will be they're like you said, it's two teams, both 2-0. Since I've come to Wichita Falls, they've been in our district the last 4 years. One thing about the Wiley Bulldogs, they don't give up. They're going to play you hard all 4 quarters, which I'm sure O can attest to. So those guys are going to be hungry, come with a game plan. 2 years ago at Ryder, we had a 14-point lead with about 3 minutes left, and they came back and won the ball game in regulation. So those type of kids they have. Keys to the game, I think, is one, being able to establish our will with the run game. Kenji Johnson, also Eric Powell, and obviously those 5 linemen up front. And our defense has been playing better lately. And so being able, they're going to stack the box, and so Joe have a chance to go to receivers like Jamari Dean and Roman Peel and Justin Judy, Jaleel Thomas, those guys. And so I'm going to take us at home. This is a big game, as you said. It's 2-0. This can decide not only the district championship, but also if you have to go to El Paso. So we don't want to go to El Paso.
Yeah, like we mentioned, the travel. I've been keeping up with Memorial's travel thing on their Facebook. They're like traveling from like here to like Ohio or something right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, that wraps up with our pick'em, and pretty much wraps up our show. I know that Texas beat OU. Did you see that, O?
They should have. They didn't play anybody. OU had. I might as well have been playing wide receiver for OU at 35. Now you catch me at 25 or something.
Man, listen, man. Not only we won the game, you could tell Texas had just came off of a bye. We wasn't clicking on all cylinders.
They won't win next week.
Are you saying that on the air? But get his face. Get his face.
Yeah. I'm a Bulldog.
No. Get his face.
I'm a Bulldog.
So you're saying Texas won't win
repeat
on
it.
air?
I'm a Bulldog. I ain't no Georgia Bulldog. I'm just
But just
a
say, I
Bulldog.
want to hear you say UT's going to lose.
We're all Bulldogs.
On the air.
Yeah.
Say it on the air.
Yeah. Give me Georgia.
Okay. Yeah, put it on my face.
I'm an Atlanta Brave fan, so.
Look at my face. You heard what the man said. All my people down there in Austin, yours, Campbell, all of them people down there, get it done. Georgia Bulldogs down by a tight margin. I was going to say 14, but
I like 14.
the people in Jacksboro made me remember not to say that no more. I'm not going to make that prediction.
Don't give numbers. Can't give numbers no more.
Don't get no numbers. You can get receipts made about you. But yeah, UT's playing some good football. It's going to be an amazing game against Georgia. I think if I can give my honest prediction about this, the reason I picked Texas to win this game, not being biased, but just talking football, Georgia is nowhere near as dominant up front like they have been in the past. And the Texas offensive line, I love saying that about them. They're an amazing group. I remember that group of boys came in as freshmen, and that's what people don't realize. They've now been playing together. That group has all been together for the last 3 years. One of the kids that plays on the line, his uncle Devon, his name is Devon Campbell too. It's crazy. The brothers named their kids after each other. His uncle actually played football at Midwestern State, Devon Campbell, and he was probably one of the best safeties that Midwestern's ever seen. And Devon is probably 5'6", 5'7". Devo, don't be mad if I'm messing your height up, but you know you ain't tall like your nephew. His nephew is a big Campbell. He's probably like 6'3", 6'4", very nasty guard that plays for UT's amazing football player. Probably going to be a high draft pick whenever he enter the draft. But so we have some connection here in Wichita Falls with Devon being a Midwestern graduating alum that played football. So go UT. I think we'll get the job done this week.
Yeah, so, that pretty much wraps up our show, man. It's a little long one today, but we had a lot to cover. We could talk about the Cowboys, I guess, but we know they're going to beat the Detroit Lions, so we don't have no worries about that.
Yeah, man. Speaking of with the Cowboys, it's hard to be a fan right now, y'all. I'm not. It is. Jerry.
I didn't want to win last week. It messed up our draft position.
Jerry.
For who, though?
Y'all wait, man. Jerry. I just need you to get out of the way, man. You are getting on my nerves. I posted this after the game. People got mad at me for saying this, but Dak Prescott is getting on my last nerves. This dude here do the craziest, dumbest stuff all the time. And we just paid this man. Mm-hmm. You could have paid me to do that.
A lot less, too.
Man, I would have took $10. I'm going to get all my money on the endorsements. Yeah. I go out there and get sacked and throw picks if that's what they looking for.
That's it.
That dude throw a pick. He just, oh, man, don't get me started.
Don't get me started because, listen, man, as a Cowboys fan, what are we supposed to do? We have to root for him, man. We can't just sit back. No, I'm past that.
We say it every year.
I'm past that, though. No. Like, I'm realistic. Like, the last couple of years, I've become realistic. Like, but my thing is like, we still have to root, because who else we going to root for? We ain't rooting for the other team. I'm not going out there and rooting for Jared Goff today. Actually, he's on my fantasy team.
Well, Dan Campbell was a former Cowboy.
Yeah, he was.
So, you can root
for him. I do like him.
And I love H-Town.
I'm rooting for my fantasy players.
That's what it boils down to.
If I got a fantasy player on Detroit, I'm going crazy with that.
I got 3 of them. Gibbs.
Hey, you started every single one of them.
St. Brown and Jared Goff. Yeah. But here's the thing. But I want them to excel. But I want the Cowboys to win one more point. Just one more point.
We're about to be on a 2-game losing streak. We got them, bye, and the Niners. I don't see it happening. But
Cowboys win both.
On a good note, Midwestern yesterday. Shout out to Coach Renner and those guys out there getting a 40-21 win on Pink Out at home. Next week is homecoming versus Angelo State. Yes, so if you're in town, able to get out, go check out the Midwestern Mustangs, the pride of Omarion Bradford and others. But homecoming next week. They're 3-3, 2-2 in conference. So shout out to Coach Renner and what those guys are doing.
He's turned the program around. They're doing good. I believe the kids are bought in. They're believing. Yep. One thing that I love that Coach Renner did this year in this last recruiting class is he recruited locally.
Yep.
And that's always a plus whenever you can recruit locally, get great talent to come in and be a part of your program. But not only does that bring people in your program, what it does is it also increase your attendance of people coming to the game. So shout out to Coach Renner for doing that, turning the program around. I'm excited to see how Midwestern close out the season.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I'm hoping to been talking with some of the coaches. I'm hoping to get out on the sideline.
That'll be dope.
To make some videos for those kids. So that wraps up our show. You guys got anything else?
No, I don't have anything.
All right, so go Cowboys.
Go Dogs.
Appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with us, and we'll see you on the next one. Episode 20 is over.